So I can't wait for the older generations to watch this film, although it's a little dirty.
Sherry Cola reveals there's something for everyone in her new movie, Joyride. And we've got the stories that define the week on People in 10. I'm Makon Jofu, bringing you everything you need to know about pop culture right now. 10 minutes are on the clock, so let's get to it with the first 5. Starting with shocking news from 2 Real Housewives of Beverly Hills stars.
Do you know what we have?
Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky celebrated the 4th of July together after a source exclusively told People they've been separated for a while and remain amicable as they figure out what's next. That is fans recalling a moment from the show's very first season.
He will never emotionally fulfill you, ever. Know that.
The pair released a joint statement on Tuesday calling claims of divorce untrue, while also admitting that this year has been the most challenging of their marriage. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia stars Rob McElhenney and Caitlin Olsen are also denying split rumors.
It just is.
And debunking a claim that Rob had an affair.
That is so sad.
It's so pathetic.
While Robert Irwin made it red carpet official with his girlfriend, Rory Bucky, stepping out down under for the new Mission Impossible premiere.
I am just filled with adrenaline right now.
Crikey. And congrats are in order for Jay-Z's mom, Gloria Carter, who married her longtime partner, Roxanne Wiltshire, over the weekend in a star-studded wedding attended by their famous family and friends. Next up, the post you've been loving this week. Rihanna is soaking up the summer sun at home in Barbados. She cooled off with a sunset dip alongside A$AP Rocky and their baby boy, RZA, and with the snow cone treat outside her villa. Baby bump on full display. Kourtney Kardashian showed off her own bump with the help of Addison Rae as the friends enjoyed a pink bikini pool day together. And as Meghan Trainor and Daryl Sabara officially became a family of 4 with the arrival of another son, Barry Bruce. Al Roker became a pop-pop.
Al's daughter Courtney and her husband Wes welcomed the baby girl.
Ian Somerhalder and Nikki Reed also welcomed their second baby together, a son, with Nikki calling it one of the most beautiful days of her life. And Ariana Grande is supporting her pal Bowen Yang, sporting a tee on Instagram stories with Bowen's face on it. This comes as Bowen announced plans to take a step back from his podcast to focus on his mental health. The royal family had a busy week across the pond, with Princess Kate stepping out for day 2 of Wimbledon.
The Princess of Wales supported up-and-coming talent at the outer courts and also shared some laughs with tennis legend Roger Federer in the royal box.
As Prince William enjoyed some quality father-son time with their eldest, Prince George.
They attended a cricket match over the weekend between England and Australia, where George looked all grown up in his sports coat. At one point, the 9-year-old also snacked on a slice of pizza.
And George might like this one. His mom and dad recently got some baking tips from a pro at a party marking the National Health Service's 75th birthday.
Great British Baking Show finalist Alice Fibronia gave the Prince and Princess a mini tutorial in cake making. The couple then added the finishing touches to Alice's cakes and cupcakes.
And how did they do?
Alice tells People that Kate had lots of questions, including how to get buttercream frosting so smooth.
Sure, someone has a very sweet tooth. So yes.
Is that good?
Yes, perfect.
She says that they were both really fun to be around, but admits that Kate's piping skills were better than the future kings.
Moving on to a story you've been following closely on People.com. Almost a year after the Wall Street Journal reported that Nicole Shanahan, then married to Google co-founder Sergey Brin, had an affair with Elon Musk, the attorney is sharing her story.
Nicole is now officially divorced from Sergey, and she tells People that the aftermath of the affair allegations was, quote, debilitating. This is her only interview about them, and she strongly denies those claims.
When the report using unnamed sources was published last summer, Shanahan was already separated from Brin, now the world's 11th richest person.
According to Nicole, she and Elon never even had a romantic relationship, and they only talked about how she might help her now 4-year-old daughter, Echo, with autism treatment.
She calls the conversation very meaningful, adding that it seems so unfair to be painted with such a massive scarlet letter for it. Shanahan has since found a new love.
She calls her partner Jacob a, quote, lovely, reformed Wall Street guy.
And co-parents Echo with her ex.
Nicole tells People that today is a turning point of letting go. 1 year later, she's happy she's gotten to a point where she can reflect on her story, forgive those sources, and move on.
In this week's People cover story, Tatum O'Neal is living in the moment.
I just take it a day at a time, and I try not to go to the past and try not to go too much in the future, and just try to take it a day at a time, because I have been through a lot in my life. It's slowly but surely getting better.
At the age of 10, Tatum became the youngest person ever to win an Academy Award for her role in Paper Moon.
I want to get to church and pray for Mama.
But nearly 50 years later, she's now recovering from a near-fatal stroke brought on by her struggle with addiction.
I woke up in a coma without any words, without anything. I didn't know where I was. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to do. And nobody could figure out what was going to go on, if I was going to die or if I was going to live. I don't want to drink anymore, and I don't want to use anymore. I lived. It is a miracle.
Now, let's move on to some screen time. I am so excited to be joined today by Sherry Cola, who stars in Joyride, which hits theaters on July 7th.
You want to play slide? Slides off limits to ching-chongs. You.
I'm gonna ask you 5 questions. For question number 1, you'll give me 1 answer. Question number 2, you'll give me 2 answers, and so on and so forth. Are you ready to get started?
I'm born ready, babes.
True to its title, the movie was a literal joyride, and I'd imagine it was so much fun filming with this all-star cast. So name your 1 favorite scene to film with everyone.
You know, I think the K-pop music fantasy was definitely a fun challenge, you know? I'm not a dancer first, I'm not a singer first, but I've dabbled. But to be able to, you know, put on that blue wig and just have fun with the green screen stuff, with the dance rehearsals on the weekends. It was just so liberating to, you know, explore so many dimensions of a character. You know, we were acting within acting.
Now, I know you studied comedy at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater, so what are 2 ways that your background in comedy helped to prepare you for this role?
Well, you know, I'm a stand-up comedian first. You know, like I've been doing stand-up for years, and I did stand-up before I started acting. So I always see being a stand-up comic as a superpower when you go on set, because, you know, we're used to, you know, riffing, we're used to just finding magic in the heat of the moment. So that definitely helped the comedic aspect of this film and kind of adapting to whatever was thrown at us.
Now, among many things, this movie is a story about immigration. So can you give me 3 reasons why stories like this should be featured now more than ever?
I am an immigrant. I was born in Shanghai. Shanghai is on our movie poster. Like, this is such a full circle moment, and a real shout out to my ancestors, you know, and my parents who've worked so hard, who never thought this dream was feasible. Like, I completely exceeded all expectations, you know, because as much as we haven't seen representation, you can imagine how little they saw representation. So I can't wait for the older generations to watch this film, although it's a little dirty, because I think they're also dying to unleash a side of them. You know, and it's just so, it gives me goosebumps. It really does, to think of them feeling seen and heard.
I read that Seth Rogen produced this film. Did you get to hang out with him at all?
Yes, we've absolutely spent time with Seth, and he's a dream. Like, he's been a champion for this film since day 1.
Let's talk about the stars of this movie. You, Ashley Park, Oscar nominees Stephanie Hsu and Sabrina Wu all bring something unique and dynamic to this film. Such a joy to watch. So can you name 4, 1 from each of you, skills or something special that you each bring to the table?
Whenever I order food, it is a mukbang. Like, every meal has to be glorious. I always overorder. It's as if I have 3 million subscribers on YouTube. I want to say Ashley has such a heart of gold. She likes to take care of people and make sure she's like having your back and really just supportive in that way, which I think all of us kind of possess that quality. Stephanie is really good at keeping us grounded, doesn't buy into the Hollywood noise of it all, you know? She really likes to center and, you know, align her chakras, if you will. She's a woman of the earth, you know? Sabrina, I mean, you'll see through this film that Sabrina, they are just good at everything. Beatboxing, dancing, just being hilarious. So that's what's special about this film as well. Like, everyone kind of gets multiple moments. We cracked each other up on set continuously. Like, I'm surprised they got a clean take specifically of this moment where we're all fighting in Korea. And Stephanie is hysterically crying, and we're yelling profanity at a stranger, and then she clicks back and says, I am an actress. And I know my face, I'm fully laughing, like in the final cut. Like, I'm sucking my teeth, you know, like.
And finally, what are the 5 words that you would use to describe Joyride?
Shocking, flavor, in your face, unapologetic, messy.
Hey, honey, you good? Did you get the Coke bags out? Yeah, but only 7, and I think I put in 8.
Just push, pull, twist it.
It's not a puppet, it's my
Thank you so much for joining me today. Now, everyone, be sure to check out Joyride, which hits theaters July 7th. All right, time's up. See you back here next Thursday.